And so I know you guys kind of put that into writing, but if you could just kind of express what it is that you guys kind of went through, especially learning late last night that the state had essentially denied your request for kind of expanding in-person learning.
We worked throughout the weekend. I want to commend, our principals, our teachers, our administrators. We were committed to making everything as safe as possible to welcome our students on Monday. We did as much lobbying as we could throughout the weekend. I really expected to hear positive news. I was quite frankly shocked when we were not approved. We scheduled a meeting with Dr. Bardak last night to find out as best we could how could this devastating decision possibly be made and how could it possibly be in the best interest of students. She made it clear that her decision was final and that it would not change. I don't accept that. I'm going to do everything I can today to keep fighting for our students. They have a right to go to school. They have a right to be in classrooms with teachers. And I'm really calling on Governor Newsom to show some leadership. It's time. We were ready. We were ready to keep kids safe and resume in-person instruction today. And to have the state tell us no, after spending months of giving press conferences saying, I want schools to open. Well, we have 2 schools here ready to open, and we're ready to be safe. And San Diego County Public Health Officer Dr. Wooten, she agreed it would be safe.
And then as far as the reasoning, I know that Poway Unified in their statement kind of included a little bit about it, and I don't know if it was specific to their plan, but they kind of pointed out that the state essentially wants a group of students to stay in one classroom with one teacher. That's not generally how middle and high school students operate.
No, and we have done as much as we can with the cohort model, and we are serving populations of students. I absolutely concur with Dr. Kim Phelps. It does not work in a large, comprehensive middle and high school. Our students need to be able to see their teachers. We changed our schedules to accommodate small, stable groups, exactly what was called for in the guidelines, and quite frankly, what is being done in private schools and other schools throughout Southern California. Our plan was very modest, to start with 1 day a week on campus for students that selected to do so. And keeping in mind that at any given time we would have lots of students at home, and so we have to serve them. We can't disrupt their education. This cohort model potentially would damage what we would be able to do for students at home. It's just unacceptable.
And so it would have been a 1 day a week for in-person learning. Today would have been that 1 day this week, and then would it have been a Monday, or different schools, different days?
Different schools have different asynchronous days, but generally a student would come 1 day during the week, access all of their courses, their teachers, get the instruction that they need to be with their peers in class, and then the rest of the week with other students, they would be learning at home. Our goal was to progress from that to 2 days a week. Again, very safe, very cautious plan.
And then real quick, for the students that do arrive today, what will that look like? I know that obviously this news came down late last night. They had planned on coming today, and you don't want to kind of turn them away. What will showing up today look like?
I want them to know that we care. We have our entire district leadership team deployed out to school sites. We've brought back retired administrators. We're going to do everything we can to make today as meaningful as possible. And quite frankly, I know many of them are going to be saddened by this news, and I want them to know that we care. And that's why we're here, and that we're going to keep fighting for them. We're going to make today as meaningful as possible. We're going to keep them as safe as possible, but it's just devastating.
Do you see yourself kind of down the line defying the state, essentially? Because, I mean, it sounds like you guys are kind of reaching your end. I know the state has a lot of plans for how to get elementary aged kids back into school, especially with their $6.6 billion plan, but there wasn't a whole lot of guidance on middle and high school students there. Do you see yourself kind of saying, we're going to have to do this without the state?
That's a good question, one that I can't answer on my own without involving our elected Board of Trustees. We also will work very closely with San Diego County Public Health. They've been great. Again, Dr. Wooten and her team, Katie Gordon, the education sector lead, and Gary Johnston, the Chief Resilience Officer for San Diego County. He was online last night late with myself and my colleagues from Carlsbad and Powell Unified, and he's a great man, and so we're going to work with him to see, that we can perhaps move forward with authorization from San Diego County or through some other means. We can't accept this. And some might say, well, Superintendent Haley, San Diego County is going to be in the red, maybe in a few days, maybe in a few weeks. Every single day is precious to our students, every single day. I can't let one go by. So I'm not just going to wait passively for us to be in a Crayola box crayon color code.
Yeah. Now some would say, and we'll get you out on this one. Now some would say that, without the state's approval, maybe not make plans here. Have the plans in place, but not expect to be able to return on that Monday. I know you guys had sent the letter on the 2nd. You wanted a response by the 5th. You knew the state was likely not going to get back to you maybe till the 8th or 9th. So do you think maybe it was a little bit too much to kind of expect that you might be able to return to classrooms today?
No. Okay. We followed the timeline and made every deadline that we were given. Last weekend, Dr. Wooten and her team worked late on Friday night and all through Saturday to get our packets up to the state, so they were there by Monday morning. The state was also aware of the situation in our district. We're very large geographically. There's been some student tragic situations on the north side that made even more of a sense of urgency for this week. We were told there was no reason to believe the state would overrule the local public health officer who knows everything about our district and our plans inside and out. I've met personally with Dr. Wooten multiple times. She's met with our Board of Trustees. Her team has interviewed our COVID response team multiple times, gone through all of our plans. We had a site inspected by San Diego County Public Health. So it's very difficult to me to understand how a person who's never been here, never seen our schools, never talked to me before last night, never asked any questions, never said, hey, we have some concerns about this, would just overrule the local authority here. Quite frankly, it was shocking. So could we have waited? Yes, again, but we believe that we were ready today, and the way our model works, it would have been best with our block schedules to start today and not midweek. And as I said, to me, every day is precious.
When they denied the request, did they give a reason? Or
They
was it
did.
just a no?
They sent each of our districts, to the best of my knowledge, an identical form letter that added in new criteria that we'd never seen before, didn't have any reason specific to our district. Dr. Bardock would not share that information when we were in a meeting together, although then I met with her separately and privately last night, and she gave 4 reasons, all of which I found completely specious and unsupported by this process, and involved inventing new criteria for the way the safety review requests were reviewed that we'd never seen before, and we told her that. So we're going to look at it more closely today, and we will have more information out for our community today.
Okay. Dr. Haley, thank you so much.